This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
Critics rave Sicario is a searing and timely thriller. Stylish and smart.
I'm not a soldier. This is not what I do.
See this film.
This is the land of wolves now.
Sicario, rated R. Now playing in select cities everywhere October 2nd.
You're the attorney whose family the cartels killed.
Not they.
My father. Now you hunt them.
Adios.
The CIA's most feared assassin is a Sicario.
And this girl witnessed the mission.
But even a Sicario
You gotta get rid of her.
must make a choice.
Can't do that. Some bad people hunting for you.
Why?
Listen. Trusting me is how you're gonna survive.
Sicario, June 29th.
It's a jacked up review show. It's a jacked up review show. Jacked up review show. It's a jacked up review show. It's a jacked up review show. Jacked up review show.
I want to talk a godsend of just very intriguing stuff is like, man, like, so long story short, some CIA trained special ops soldiers as well as other contractors, long story short, go after drug smugglers in part one with a rookie federal agent who's very established, has to, long story short, question her own ethics and whether she wants to continue proceeding or if this is going to eat at her mentally. Movie two.
To the ends justify the means.
Do the ends justify the means? Do I accept this reality? And movie two, basically, some ISIS decides to blow up a supermarket in one of the backward states, and it gives the Secretary of State of Defense an excuse to, long story short, retaliate and go after drug smugglers that might have ushered said terrorists into the country. And then, long story short, both our main contractors just do a complete 180. They're no longer who they were in the first movie. Both movies concern Benicio del Toro as Alejandro Giliuk, former Mexican. Yep, Giliuk, yeah, because it's two L's, and Mexican prosecutor turned assassin, and Josh Brolin as Matt Graber, a CIA SAC, a Special Activities Center officer, and it also features in both movies, or notices Jeffrey Donovan as Steve Forsing, one of the other CIA officers. And I gotta
I do like his character.
Yeah, dude, like, I was late to the party, like, I think a year went by, Sicario had come out, everyone's like, it's so good. Like, Denis Villeneuve, again, we'd already covered him on the show before, but it bears repeating. He is one of the few.
Oh, Denis Villeneuve is actually how you pronounce his name. I used to call him Dennis, but he's a French Canadian. Yeah, he's great, man. He's made some great films like Prisoners. You know,
Yeah. Even
he
his
knows how to put shit together when it comes. Sorry?
Even pre-famous stuff, like he had all these other psychological thrillers and everything, Polytechnique.
I want to see that one, actually. I must see if I can try and find that. I would like to see that one. It seems pretty interesting.
Like I say, he's mixed heritage, and he seems to be one of the few who has figured out how to continually utilize award-winning cinematographer Roger Deakins' look.
Man, Roger Deakins is like he's one of the best in the game. Like, he's probably, if somebody went up to him and be like, what's your favorite cinematographers? I'd probably just, like, without thinking, be like, Roger Deakins and Dean Cundey would probably be two of my favorites.
Dean Cundey is an amazing cinematographer.
Man.
Do some more stuff. But yeah, so I see it a year after it's decimated the box office, gotten critical acclaim from both audiences and critics. Like I'm seeing all kinds of people being like, "That's just a damn good movie." I'm seeing all the crime buffs love it, all the war movie buffs and action people love it,
Oh
and
man,
it
I
was the first
remember.
thing I see by Taylor Sheridan, who had been an actor, but this makes him become a script writer and do other hit films like Wind River and Hell or High
Good
Water, and then
movie. Good
yep,
movie.
and then take over freaking Paramount Plus, coming out with all these Yellowstone franchises and
Yeah.
extra shows. But I had fun looking at the Blu-ray special features before we did this. But yeah, I was in the right place at the right time. I see Sicario a year after it comes out on Redbox. Then my
Yeah.
sister and I go with one of my friends to the premiere of Part 2. Blown away, and they still are talking about a third one, and it keeps getting
I
delayed.
know, it's so annoying. Like, I'll tell you my experience. So, I remember seeing the trailer for the first one in college, and it was like, oh, I gotta go to the cinema to see that. And I just moved down closer to where I was living in college, south of Dublin in Wicklow, and getting a bunch of lads from college together to go. And we're like, oh, I found a bunch of lads, or, few mates, and we were on the film course. There were two fellas near below. We would go, and we ended up being late because one of the lads was late, and there was no sign of him. We ended up not showing, and we ended up missing like the first 10 minutes, which
Oh
is a bit,
shit!
yeah, but it wasn't too bad. It basically we
It's just
just
an
missed,
explosion, but you
yeah,
didn't know
just
what.
the raid at the start, and we basically walked in just as she's in the office waiting to go into the meeting to be like Mac Gravers there to be like we want to take you on. We're doing this Black Ops, whatever we need,
Mhm.
whatever. And I remember watching it, and like the music by Johan Johansson, God rest him, unreal. Like the foreboding,
Yeah.
the dun 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 dun
Well,
class
it's
stuff, like on your edge of your seat, fucking like.
we're not doing it justice because, like, when you hear it, it stands out on its own identity as a
Oh
good.
yeah,
But that's just it. Like, I like not only the genre mixture. This is as much a spy movie as it is a war movie, as well as it is a cops and robbers
I wouldn't even
movie.
say it's a spy movie or a war movie. I'd say it's more of
Oh,
a
it's totally a spy
thriller.
movie. Well,
Well, I
by movie,
suppose the
by
Black
movie
Ops
too.
shit.
Well, yeah, just the CIA intelligence and all that. And
Yeah,
but that's what I love. It's not 100% in any genre, and I'm
I
not saying
suppose that's true.
it's not necessarily like Tarantino where he can do whatever. I just mean like there. It's just a very unusual action crime drama. Like it's just like
Mm,
'cause 1 minute it's thrilling you, the next minute it's giving you social commentary. But
yeah,
instead of hitting you over the head, making you get bored with the lecture that you already know about, like they just let every scene just play out so naturally, and
mm,
you it's like, okay, I know they're evil, but I'm going to slowly learn why they're evil. And I did see some critics compare like Emily Blunt's Federal Agent kind of to Ethan Hawke's Jake in Training Day, and it's kind of like that.
oh yeah, yeah. I can see
It's some
that
bad
comparison. All right.
apples. And she's
Yeah,
slowly accepting this and realizing that's not who I am. I'm gonna quit or get reassigned and expose you guys, one of the two. And but yeah, like
yeah.
I already so I had seen again Emily Blunt in a bunch of stuff. But like by this point, I'm like, okay, now she is officially a star. Like I'd seen Adjustment Bureau, I'd seen My Summer of Love, I'd seen Wind Chill, Jane Austen Book Club. She had bit
Yeah.
parts in, Charlie Wilson's War and Sunshine Cleaning, and even freaking Devil Wears Prada. And so then, you know,
Jeez, you watch some of the probably
uh,
her
I have a big
big stuff
family.
like.
Yeah, we watch all kinds of stuff. She was in a cool thriller with Sam Neill for that aired on Lifetime with Susan Sarandon. So I mean, she had been in everything. And then by this time, she's kind of becoming the sci-fi queen. She's doing Looper.
That's a great
She's
movie.
doing right. Uh, but yeah, Adjustment Bureau, and then animated voiceovers, The Wolfman, and then after Edge of Tomorrow, I'm like, okay, so now she's kind of a tough gal now. I didn't expect that,
That's
and
that's actually a great movie as well, Edge of Tomorrow. But of course, because it was adapted from like a Japanese anime, they should have called it or named it after the comic called All You Need Is Kill.
It would have been
way cooler name. It's a way better name. It's a way better marketing name. Like,
just so many easily avoidable marketing blunders, and it just makes you wonder, like, who is in charge of marketing now? Don't get it.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, like you say, the opening, it's just it doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the movie, but it's just to get your attention and just show, okay, she's a tough cookie. And she's going to be getting all this info force fed to her while she's recouping from her injuries of a last failed raid. You know,
Yeah. It's like, fucking they're cracking down. The FBI are cracking down on the drug
if you gave this to
cartels on the
any
border in
other,
Arizona.
yeah, if you gave this to a lesser filmmaker, they would just want to do just to be cool, man, and just spend hours on slow motion shootouts. And it's like, no, like we're having what's his name from Get Out be one of the guys, and then we're gonna have her
Daniel
be
Kaluuya.
yeah, or we're gonna have him be there, and he's like, I hate this, I'm not cut out for this. And then we're gonna have all these other bit part actors, Victor Garber, again, very reliable Canadian actor. He's the boss, and he's like, are you ready for this? I just let me know, because I don't think you're gonna like what you see. Like, he knows
I
about this
remember.
atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, he acts like he knows is going on, but I don't think he does. I
I
I
don't
I
think he does
actually
either. I think he just turns the other way because he is a supervising special agent, so he just wants he wants what's best
pretends.
for her. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's totally in denial. I don't think he's a chicken shit, and but I think he's just like, okay, I'm handing this case over to you, and you're taking it from here, and I'm gonna let all the big guns go in because I don't like this
Yeah.
side of the whole thing. So like,
Because we're
he's-
not
he
doing
is a
much.
chicken
We're not
shit,
doing
but
much for
not
what we're doing.
like he's a chicken shit in that he doesn't want to get dirty, but he's not in that I want to put you in jeopardy or be a careless dick who's going to take all the credit for everybody's, cracking the case.
As in, like, yeah, this is it. It's like you want to actually make a difference. This is what you have to do because we're not making much of a difference what we're doing now.
Right. It's like, but see, yeah, if he was, so I don't, I think he shields her, but he's not much of a boss. I think you get the
Mm.
sense that he's tiring out. He's an old dog and he's on his way out. And he's
Yeah. You get that from actually. I just watched it there today. I just finished
oh really?
watching the movie. Yeah, just I had a feeling, we'd have to spend a bit of time getting the Discord up and going, and making sure everything's good to go before recording. And it's funny actually you mentioned Victor Garber because when I did see Sicario for the first time in the cinema at that time, almost 10 years ago, I was like, I where have I seen him before? I remember him from like vividly. I was like, I'm familiar with this actor, and then I realized he was an Alias with
Yeah.
Jennifer Garner, and I used to
Yeah.
watch that like as a kid, and I loved that
He
show.
just had that face where he's either going to be a traitor or a dad or some welcoming figure.
Yeah,
In that
yeah.
show, like I would see him at award shows, and it already had bit parts in movies like Titanic. And I just, whenever I saw him, like, oh boy, he's either going to
Mm.
be the best or worst thing that's happened to someone. He just has an unpredictable, intense face. Just,
Yeah. And
man,
even like fucking, I watched somebody actually do an analysis on the film Sicario there a couple of weeks ago, and they pointed out like how the way you think Emily Blunt's character is the main character, and then 2/3 of the way into the film, no, it just
it's a
completely focuses.
tertiary, yeah, movie. And I mean,
Yeah,
Benicio del Toro, I mean, it's not just good casting because he's spent all his life doing all these, career criminals and federal agents, and sometimes both. Sometimes it's a
yeah,
criminal instigating or a crooked narc. But like here is like, okay, so he's a complete guy. I don't know if he enjoys killing so much as he's just good at it. And he is doing every single illegal thing. It never ends for him. Like no one signed off on this. Like they did, but like they never investigate. If there were ever to be an inquiry into this unit, and that was what the genius I think of movie two. Like I know many critics didn't like it as much. I personally think it's one of the few sequels I like better than the original because like The first
the
movie,
second one, yeah.
everyone else was talking shit, like it's good but not as good. I'm like, well, I guess I'm in the minority here. I love the whole reversal. Like Josh Brolin goes from "we got to do what we got to do" to "you're out of line." He all of a sudden is like,
Yeah,
"I'm not a war criminal anymore." And there was some
yeah.
good betrayals. Like then in movie two, you know, they're having to deal with politics. They're having to deal
Mm.
with their home life. Benicio del Toro, I can't believe I'm saying this. You fucking hate him of movie number one, and here in movie two, I'm like,
I didn't
his
hit him.
redemption
I
arc.
didn't hit him at all. I was like, this character is cool as fuck. This is a
Oh,
really good
really?
character arc. Yeah,
Okay.
he's a horrible person now, but the cartels
You like him in
the
a badass
cartels
way.
made him this. Like,
Okay. No, let's see. This is interesting because like this is not a divisive movie, but it does again, you see different sides of the whole same thing. But like I love the
mm,
redemption arc in movie two. He's like, I'm gonna save that woman from being trafficked. I don't know why. She just reminds me of my daughter and all this other shit. I'm gonna save her. And then Brolin's Graver is like, no, man. I'm already having to deal with the crooked policeman who betrayed us at the one raid. I'm already having to deal with all the other ops. And I mean, I thought it was. I mean, they did a good job of hiring this other director for movie two. His name is
Stefano Sollima.
yeah. So there you go. You're already ahead of me. Is like so again. Let's have the same script writer, Taylor Sheridan. Let's enhance it, and then let's bring this guy who's worked on shows like movies like All Cops Are Bastards and Suburra. I didn't care for the
And
Gomorrah,
Gamora.
but he did a good job on the 000 for Prime. So it's like okay, so he's done all these City of God type movies all his life. He's done all
That
these.
Suburra is actually a really good film, though.
I agree. The show's also really good. Is like that. That's a good
Yeah, I've heard
showing.
that. Never seen it though.
Well, because like you say, that it's a similar structure. You're having again criminal empires go up against crooked politicians and other stuff to
Mm.
where again similar to Alejandro, where do the ends justify the means when virtually everybody is wrong? It's
Well, you
just like,
see, this is the thing, right, with Sicario now that we're chatting, and now I've just recently watched it. The plot is quite plausible because that's something the CIA would do, you know? They'd hire some
absolutely.
guy
I think that's
that,
just
you
it.
know,
I think that's why no one talks shit. They're like they can see it happening because there's all kinds of off the book stuff. We've heard about the Cuba embargoes. We've seen all the other shit that they've done for
sure
years.
who,
But
sure
it's not
who
a but
fucking.
it's not a conspiracy movie. It's just
No.
it's as much for a war movie and as it is for like a Born Identity kind of crowd. Is like okay, so if you like shows like Shield, if you like Michael Mann movies, if you like all these other spy films, you're gonna like this. But you're also gonna get something more out of it instead of
Hmm.
something like a Man on Fire or Taken type revenge movie. You're gonna see all these guys again pull a 180. But I
Oh,
just
yeah.
again like I just dug how Josh Brolin just seemed like a good guy who went rogue in movie one and then movie two. He's well intended, but he's basically the opposing force. He's like, hey,
No,
Alejandro, I'm placing you under arrest. You can't go
I
there.
think, I think in the first movie, like, he's not, he's definitely not a good guy. And in the second
No,
movie, he
he's not
just
a good guy,
shows
but he's just
his colors
basically.
even more.
Well, okay, so no, that's a good point. It seemed like he was a guy who was just surrendering, going along with it, but that's just as bad either way. Either way, he's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
participating in all the war crimes. He's gunning down people without reading them rights and just saying, "Hey, once again, there's a reason we're here in Mexico. The law does not exist here." And I saw some
Yeah.
critics comparing their relationship to Howard Kurtz and uh, Captain Willard and Apocalypse Now, and I thought that's cool because I actually thought I'm on a similar vibe. I didn't make that connection. I mean, I definitely compare it to other war movies like Casualties of War and Platoon and all that, but like I thought,
Mm.
or I got more of a Apocalypse Now feel just from all the giant scoped, just establishing shots that Deacon composes. Is like, and
Oh,
again with
yeah, there's some great ones, like.
with that Moody score because like it is an absolute visual feast of a movie, but like
Yeah,
yeah,
so good. Like, oh yeah, that one. What's it called? What's that? What's the
it's
name
like
of
the
that
main
song?
theme that
Oh
repeats.
yeah, damn, yeah, it's so good. Like, it's like, and you're just like, Now I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat, fucking
It's
dreading
like,
what's gonna happen
this
next.
is
Like,
gonna make me piss blood. This is so good.
yeah,
this is very, very unsettling. And now, so to be fair, like I was having so much fun going for the Blu-ray special features again because, like, dude,
yeah,
they hit on some very interesting stuff that never once crossed my mind. So, like, they interview one of the producers who summed up, so Taylor Sheridan describes the script as layers upon layers, and
yeah,
Denis Villeneuve, and his crew were like, we want to show how Emily Blunt's character is the only light in this darkness. But yeah, that movie
Yeah.
too, one of the producers, like, they show even more of the awesome storyboards, how they differentiate the different contractors as well as their vehicles. You know who's who and what vehicle, and they showed how they filmed that, like with a rotating camera inside setup, so you could actually synchronize it along with all the Black Hawk helicopters in the background. And
yeah.
but one of the female producers, I think, summed it up best. The first film is about revenge, while the sequel is about justice.
Redemption.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely got
Well,
redemption. I didn't think about
yeah.
justice, but those kind of go one and the same. Because, yeah, movie one, they're making everything personal. They're capping everybody, not reading their rights. You know, one's character, I should just say her name, Kate Mercer. You know, she only fires like when she has to. Is like, I've already negotiated and it's been filled. You know, but
Yeah.
man, I was so angry at the end where she's like, she wants to shoot Alejandro, and then she can't bring herself to do it. It's like, nope, then I'm gonna go to jail because that's not what I do. I don't gun people
You don't
down like
shoot
a
men in the
coward.
back.
Well, I don't gun them down like a coward. I don't break the law to get what I need. I'm gonna have to. But
Yeah,
I think that's just it. If she returns, she's gonna have to compromise something. She's gonna have to play dirty just to put this guy away. And that's what's just so weird. Now I don't know how I feel because he's done awful things, but now he seems to want to actually save other people. While Josh Brolin's Graver definitely has gone to the dark side, is going to keep breaking the law or doing whatever political pressure caves in and say, "I guess that's what we're doing." You know, so it's just
yeah.
like it's a
But
good
then,
old.
yeah, I make the counter argument though. What was it? You know the way, like, obviously towards the
Fine,
end of
dude.
the
It's
first.
a complex movie. There's no...
Yeah, it is. But you know the way, like, towards the end of the first film. So when uh,
At the very end,
Alejandro, huh?
the very end of the first film. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. When Alejandro like executes Foster Alacone's family before he executes him,
After reading
I'm
everything, is like, you're nothing. You will do this.
yeah. Was
You
it
just-
it was nothing personal, and he says it in Española para si me. It was personal to me, and then he's like, "Tiny big God," and he shoots the family. And I remember, like, in the cinema, just be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
And then
it's like, what the hell, dude?
after, I was just like, well, I suppose his wife basically lives this lavish lifestyle because of the fucking drug, the whole drug trade and shit, the smuggling and whatnot. And then as well, it doesn't matter what happens to, like, let's say if he just killed the fucking Foster Alacone, his two children are never going to escape from running the cartel, like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
as terrible as it sounds, like,
it's
it's like,
all these people who are
yeah,
related to any of these feds, any of these cartel people, they don't want to see who birthed them because
exactly.
it's like, never know who you're from. They're like, trust me, we're saving you.
Because if you noticed before, like, when he sneaks into the house and he's shooting the guards with a silenced pistol, and then he goes into the kitchen and sees the maid, and he just looks at her and doesn't do anything, and then walks out to the canopy where Fausto's having food with the wife and kids, like. So that's when you kind of know, okay, so it's basically people that are like connected to the whole fucking drug trade, or
right?
and it's like everybody else is kind of like,
Spies everywhere.
yeah.
It's just And it does a good job. Like instead of just again profiling it, is like you can imply all kinds of stuff. Just stuff that does actually exist, like border guards, taking bribes and all the other stuff. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
I do. I mean, I did see other summaries and other reviews mention how it's interesting how the final shot of movie one is uh, the widow, like you say, got killed. Her husband
Oh
got killed.
yeah.
She's at the soccer game, and you mildly hear distant gang machine guns, and like, see, this is it. Like, so I think that's just it. Like, they don't villainize the cartels. We already know they're bad. That they're just a part of life. They're always going to be there.
Yeah,
But
it's basically like in places like Juarez and shit, it's got to the stage where unfortunately a lot of people are just used to it.
yeah, it's just a kind of a, I wouldn't say an anti-establishment. It's definitely an anti-war movie without beating you over the head. Like, it's just like nothing good.
Yeah, well,
is
it's anti fucking, how
It's
would you
like
say?
anti-crime in general, kind of like it's
Yeah,
just like
it's anti, drug cartel and shit, like, you know what I mean?
right, and everybody's going to vary. Some people are going to be like, this person's an anti-hero, but this person's absolutely a villain. And like you said, like by movie two, you're like, I don't know who's who. And
Yeah.
I did see some people getting confused. Oh, hey, he had that one, Barfly she's hanging out with who tries assaulting her, and is like, that's just a any other filmmaker that would have been hackneyed. It's just showing that she's got villains everywhere. She's her only backup. No one has her back. She has to beat up that abusive drunk who's coming after her.
Oh, a kid?
Yeah, who's at the arcade and bar, John Bernthal.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah,
Punisher.
and then it finds out that he's, like, in it. Or in this game of laundering the money for the cartels and shit. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
actually, I wanted to point out as well, I wish they showed more of the cop that works for the cartel, or the cartel quartel.
Raphael.
Yeah, and his fam and like his son and that. I feel like the film would have benefit from
Yeah,
showing a
he's
bit
in both
more.
movies. He's played by Raul Max Trujillo, who you guys have seen on shows like Dark Winds and
He's
various
in
other
Captain
movies.
America, Winter Soldier as well.
Really? What's he play?
Yeah, he plays like one of the Hydra agents that's undercover.
Oh, okay. Shoot.
Who does he play? Does he play a different character in Sicario too?
Yeah, he plays the same guy. Yeah, Raphael.
What? But sure,
Yeah.
no. But sure, his character dies in the first one.
Hmm.
You must be mixing up. You're
I
thinking of the.
he,
I
he,
think you're thinking of the guy that was Alejandro meets before he goes and tortures Gilmaro to get the information
okay,
from.
that's a different guy. Yeah, yeah, no.
I'm talking about the Mexican cop that is in working with the cartel that it shows his family and that it's intercut into the movie, and then towards the end Alejandro takes him, forces him to take him to what's his name? What's the guy's name? He's like one of the lieutenants of Fastala Cohn. He's like what's his fucking name? I can't even remember.
Yeah, no, yeah, this
Diaz.
guy.
Diaz. That's his name. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a different guy. Yeah, this guy is one of the more clean cut guys. Just
Yeah, yeah. You're thinking of the guy that was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, what happened to you, and what happened to your family, and all that." Like,
yeah, he's got a stern face. In fact, I'll send you a photo. He
he actually plays a fucking the cartel gunman in that Mel Gibson film, Bloodfather.
yeah, I saw that on his resume. I didn't know who he was, and then I'm like, oh, okay. Actually, yeah. So, yeah, we're mixing up our actors, but everybody disappears into these damn roles. It's ridiculous. And
Mm.
um, hold up, let me get my thing here, and there you go. Yeah, click that link. You'll see the guy I'm talking about. Like, there's a photo. Or Stern. See it? No. Yes, maybe.
Hold on, sorry. You sent me a messenger, was it?
on Discord.
Oh, all right. I won't be able to access it on Discord. I
Okay.
don't think.
Okay.
Wait,
let me
hold
put-
on, hold on. No, it's grand. I'll do it off my phone here. If I still have the app installed, I do.
yeah, I just put it on Facebook. There you go. Right.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna edit the shit out of this.
Ah, yeah, all right, no worries. That's a great poster. I fucking. Aye, that's him. That's him.
That's the bastard. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's in the second movie apparently, but
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that guy is. Yeah.
uh, but Entertainment Weekly had the nerve to call the sequel junk. I don't think that's a. I don't get that at all. Like, if I'm gonna
I
call
think
junk, it's got to be like very clunky, heavy-handed, or
I think it
incomplete.
has to. I think it's to do with the writing. I mean, like, what is the plot of the second one again? It's like, was it terrorists, Islamic terrorists, or ISIS, or whoever start
Yeah,
working with the cartels to
smuggled in.
fucking smuggle? Is it terrorists over the border from Mexico into America to commit terrorism or whatever?
Coyote smuggled them in, and some of them happened to be bombers. So it was
Yeah.
just, for me, that was all the initiative I need. It's like, okay, so the stakes are amping up. Everybody's, what other excuse to bring in all the guns blazing? There's got to be a terrorist
Yeah.
attack, and it's
Yeah.
not too uncommon from real life stuff. I liked how there was all these tracking shots, and it was cool seeing the cinematographer. He's using a similar style, but also doing his own thing. It's a more authentic kind of sequel for me. I'm just like, and Sheridan claims in the special features that he relied on friends and family for notes on making the military stuff accurate, even though it was a work of fiction. And
Yeah.
the special features in the first movie are really awesome because like they show an actual journalist who's covered all these drug crime subjects with, and they mix it in with actual real life photos. It's like they even give a discretion warning. They're like, hey, you're about to see some actual shocking photos involving police corruption and the drug trade. And both movies have a lot of special features with the actors talking about what elevated all these characters.
Yeah.
But I loved how the composer, or again, who passed away for the first movie, noted how he was given
Johansson.
he to come up with that brooding theme. Like he saw the first cut of the movie, and usually when people, I know people like you and I know this, but for those listening, so when a score is given, usually they'll put in a temporary track. They just call it a temp, but they'll use to give
the placeholder.
Play bingo. So they've already removed the time bar. They've remastered all the footage. To do that, they will often, to tell the composer what they need and the limited time that they have, they will often have so let's say I want this music to be intense. I might add music from like one of the Alien or Born Identity movies in it. This had no temp score at all. And to and the composer to get a feel, like it's one of the rare moments where everybody is on track. Like they all were speaking the same language. They were all knowing exactly what kind of movie they were making. It's like, this isn't Rambo. This also isn't as gritty as Deer Hunter, but this is this is a drug trafficking and war on drugs movie with all kinds of angles to it. And he actually went to the set to get a feel for what to make the score be. And I think it's also just empowering just to, because this could have been bad, dude. This could have been a cheesy action movie. This could have been a very just nihilistic, hateful movie, and it wasn't any of that. It's like, no, it's just showing you these brutal realities. It's fiction inspired by what you often hear about on 6 o'clock news. This would not be unheard of to see a PBS or BBC documentary about this stuff. This is stuff the 6 o'clock news doesn't want to talk about. They want to talk about what did some controversial celeb say on Twitter now. They're so depressed covering the wars overseas.
Yeah.
And again, it's still entertaining. It's still a bad versus bad, good versus good, good versus bad. There's all so many ways to slate it. And it's so wild how Jeffrey Donovan's, Steve character, he's always ready to shoot somebody. He gets off. You get a sense that he gets off on violence, and then he unexpectedly gets blown up, and shot and killed, like in the second one, and you're just like, well, I guess that's some karma. That dude was not a good
I don't think
guy.
he gets killed in the second one, does he?
Yeah,
I know he gets shot, but he doesn't get killed.
Really?
No, yeah, the debate. I mean, I haven't seen it now in a while, but
it's still another movie coming out, so I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah, but it could be another while before that even gets made. But yeah, in the last one, it's the bit when they get.
Okay, he's not listed, so maybe he must have just gotten shot up, but it looked pretty bad.
What was it? Yeah, they're like transporting the wee girl or the girl or whatever, and the one of a couple of the trucks get fucking attacked by corrupt Mexican police, and then another convoy of Mexican police arrive, and they're not sure if they're corrupt or friendly, and then one of them just ends up shooting at Steve Forsyth, and he gets shot, but he survives.
Yeah, that was good because it's like, okay, now we don't know who to trust at this point. Once again,
this is
it. We thought Kate was on her own. Now all these other guys who were tough love, gotta get it done. Now they're
yeah, they don't have support from command or whatever. They're out on their
Rayleigh's
own this
totally
time.
on his own. Yeah, is like, and even the Apache helicopters aren't enough for it. Like, it's given them. It's wild how he's having to do the whole just do it, and he feels betrayed when Alejandro says, "I'm going my own way." He's like, "No, you will not." So it's a total do as I say, not as I do. It's all kinds of just double crossing. But see, again, like, we're kind of, you can root for either one if you really want to. You can say, I think Matt means well, or you can go, well, Alejandro wants to save the girl. I think I'm on his side, even though he did terrible things to people in the first movie. So yeah,
he does terrible things to people in the second one too, to be fair.
he does, but they seem to all just be him dismantling or going on a spy op versus I'm gonna get information from you and then murder you in cold blood after I make you beg. It's just like, man. And I mean, again, yeah, if Kate comes back, she's gonna have to like have a total like task force. They're gonna have to do something that, like you say, keeps it plausible without being not in a million years, because feds are a bizarre one because they're not like cops where they do the whole I'm gonna hide behind the blue wall. You must be unpatriotic if you want to take one of us down, even if we're bad. Like feds is like they take a lot of shit like this seriously. They are responsible for taking down other crooked agents, judges who are in contempt of the law. They have to take down all kinds of stuff. And honest to God, dude, call it propaganda or whatever. We need, when we see so much depressing stuff with people violating federal laws and protections, we need to have some feds who make us believe in some version of the justice system in a movie.
Yeah.
I
believe in justice. I just don't believe in feds.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, this is like, and especially now that they're hiring dimwits to be in charge of it, it's like, well, I feel like we're going back to the 60s where what's to stop them from singling out people who are out of protest and claim, oh, they're a terrorist, oh, they're doing a riot.
They've already been doing that, man.
They've always been doing it, but what's to keep them from doing it more?
yeah, true. I'm waiting. I'm wondering when to set up the secret police. That's what I'm wondering.
Right. We're not far away from more Gestapo showing up on every country.
Exactly.
Who knows? They might already be here. They're gonna kill us as soon as this episode airs.
Yeah, the house just gets fucking raided.
The heist. There you go. We're going down, man. It was nice knowing you.
You send a hit team to Ireland, and I'm on the run.
I'll retire there with you. I'll bring you lots of wine and brandy.
I don't like wine, man.
Okay,
I'm
well, neither
afraid.
do I. But well, what do you like? I'll bring it.
Okay, fair. Bring me lots of weed and we're good.
Boom.
It's interesting though, like because I was saying to a friend before, I hopped on with yourself to do this podcast that like if there's one film I'm really looking forward to, it's not even out yet and it's still in development hell, and that's Sicario 3, working title Capos.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah, and then as well,
Movies
what
I
was
have
it?
to wait on that do
Yeah,
deserve a sequel instead of
yeah,
like I like John Wick. They don't have to come out with half these spin-offs, but I get it. All these superhero
yeah,
movies, no thanks. So I'm like, okay, so what if you want people to show up, it's got to be a movie they actually want to see or where they feel like you can do something with that world, with that character,
yeah,
instead
yeah.
of just, like we could talk about those all day. I feel like we can do that on another day, but it's just like, man, it's just like there's all these other things. It's like, just give the fans what they want. You've got your DVD, Blu-ray sales. You've got your streaming numbers. Why do you not want to come out with this? And again, I love talking with you, Kai, because it's just like there's all these
Jeeve,
other. Jeeve, Jeeve, Jeeve. Okay,
Jeeve,
Jeeve.
Kai.
Okay.
It's
God damn it!
Keeve. Think of Steve. Keeve.
I said that, Keeve.
Yeah, Keeve.
Okay,
That's it. Keeve.
Keeve. All right.
That's
Anyway,
it.
so I'm gonna put that down as a reminder so I don't run into this shit. Yeah.
You see, this is it. It's hard when you read my name and like my name's Irish, so then you're just like, what's the
I know
pronunciation on this again?
it's even more embarrassing because I am Irish. So
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was thinking you'd have Irish heritage with the name like Sullivan, like.
yeah, I'm Irish German. But but what do you make of? That's actually a good segue. This movie's about heritage,
Mm-hmm.
not in the way you expect. All these feds who aren't ready to be feds. All these cartels who aren't ready to with all the violence that comes with it. All these feds who some are ready to cross the line and others aren't ready for all the other violence they will receive as a result of killing all these cartels in cold blood, as well as these other crooked officers. It's just like, and I think kudos to him. Again, it is an ensemble movie. You do see all kinds of sides to it. You see as much time on all the drug traffickers who are just trying to make a living, just trying to cross the border, as you do all the other innocent people killed. It's
No,
just
it still doesn't change the fact that
right. It's not, and it's not
they
trying to give
shouldn't
you
be
a false,
doing it. Like,
right. Absolutely, it's not trying to take a side while also
mm.
not trying to give you false hope. It's also not trying. Its statement is just like, hey, here's what's happening, and something bad's about to happen. And here's this twist. This character just realized this. Like, it's just the third person perspective was very well utilized without even being just like feeling like, oh, I'm out of, talking points.
Yeah, it's like in the first movie. Although, like the Mexican cop, you feel bad for someone when his father dies, but you like, you know what I mean? It's like
You also know he
his
was in the
father,
wrong place. Yeah.
yeah, the wrong
Like
time, and then as well, but he kind of,
Alejandro got shot for the damn cheekbone. He felt bad,
oh
but at the
yeah,
same
the second
time,
one,
it's like
yeah,
that feels bad, but at the same time, he was kind of too heavy-handed. He was overthinking a lot of this. He got in over his head saying, I can take on all these guys. It's like, no, you're eventually going to be outgunned. You can't.
ah yeah, what he ended up getting cornered basically because they thought he was a fucking
We thought he totally was dead, and then at the end, he's like, nope,
yeah.
I'm here. Lots of
No, but you know
surgery.
the way before they shot him, they thought he was like an informer or something, or like a traitor or something, or
Yeah.
some shit. I think it was. But I mean, like in the first movie, you feel really bad for the kid when his father dies, but at the same time, like, but his father knew what he was getting himself into, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
No, that's true. Yeah.
It just
It's
goes to
all
show you how the war on drugs and
there's
it
really no
affects
reward
everyone.
to it. It affects everybody. pretty much that's just it. Like they have this again. They have this no-win solution without feeling like they're just restating the obvious, without just feeling like a deliberately downer movie. Like this was just a good movie. So like any awards it's gotten because it's a good movie. It's not trying to be Oscar bait. It's not trying to be a big, loud, dumb summer movie.
Yeah.
It's just it's a good genre movie. It's a good thriller. It's a good, you can talk about all kinds of talking points and they are deliberate. They're not just half baked, thrown in just because, we grounded up stuff and put it in blender. It was like, no, we knew exactly what we're talking about. It's not just, and it's not gonna make anyone. It's not an enlistment movie. It's not saying I want to be a crazy gunman. I want to be a vigilante and take on cartel guys and crooked cops. It's like, no, I'm glad. It's basically just making you glad you're safe where you are, watching this in the comfort of your own home. This intense movie.
Yeah. And then as well, like, what was the title of the second one in the States? Because over here and in Europe, it was called like Sicario 2: Day of the Soldado, and
I loved the TV spot where they're like, in Mexico, the word Sicario means hitman. I don't know why.
yeah.
Like, it's such an obvious thing, but the way they did that was just so epic. They're like, and I did see some critics who noted how they found it very similar to Peter Berg's The Kingdom. The Michael
I've
Mann
seen that
produced
one.
movie with Julia Gardner, Jamie Foxx being federal
I've seen
agents.
bits of that. I've never seen. No, sorry, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. The title of the film over
I know what
here.
you're saying the marketing and summer movies, but yes,
Yeah.
the title. So what is the title called overseas? It's called
Over here, it's called Sicario: Day of the Soldado, which I
it's
thought
called
was stupid. What's it called that?
yeah. It's called The Same Day of the Soldier.
They should have just called it Sicario Soldado.
I mean, he's a
Because
soldier.
I know, yeah, but they're using fucking half of it's in, like Sicario's Española, Spanish.
Right.
Day of the is in English, and then you're using Spanish again. It's just like stupid, like, you know what I mean?
Mm, I I actually thought it was a nice touch, but I know.
I think simple. It's like the first one is just one word, Sicario. So the second one, ideally, when you think about it, they should have just dropped the Sicario and called it Soldado. But of course, they had to use the
I mean,
Sicario so
soldier
people would know it was a sequel. Like,
maybe. I mean, it's a soldier in an armed combat solutions. I mean,
yeah. And let's talk about fucking Benicio del Toro's performance in both movies, especially the first one. Holy fuck. He was so good, like, so mysterious, and you don't know what's
given
he
how
thinking.
they focused on him so much at this point, I want to know what CIA official like brainwashed him into becoming a killing machine at that point. Like, I at least
Mm.
I at least want to know the facility that bred him, so to speak. Like, I want to. So there you go.
Yeah.
So there you go. Sicario free, contractor's wrath. Boom.
For sure. For
You
sure, is
just
it in the first one? They mentioned Medellin.
oh
He's basically hired from
right.
the Colombian cartel to take out the Mexican cartel, so there'll be only one cartel controlling
Mm,
the product going into America. And I
what you
remember
call
like rewatching it and being like, "What the heck? What you mean Medellin?" So I had to look it up, and Medellin refers to the Medellin cartel that fucking Pablo Escobar used to run before he was assassinated in the early
yeah,
90s. Yeah.
he very well could have encountered all kinds of
Well,
guys
you
who
see, it was
knew.
taken over. This is the thing, right? The film obviously is fiction, but it's based
There's
on
a
like there's like
there's a cool
yeah,
principle they use for good screenwriting called the dominoes falling theory. You can
yeah,
equate that thing. I was like, that's exactly it. Like
yeah,
these one cartel. I mean, the Shield TV show did something similar to this. Is like let another cartel get in control so that another one takes its place that's less violent and doing less smuggling is like the same kind of deal here. Is like whoever takes your
Yeah,
place
so
is
there's
either
order.
yeah,
Yeah,
crime
it's
never
like
actually fully goes away. There's always going to be black market
yeah,
people. There's always
yeah.
going to be rip off artists, hackers, traffickers,
It's
of
like
all kinds.
it's like this, right? The war on drugs has been going on for what, 50 plus years?
Right.
What has it accomplished? It has like all that it has accomplished is okay, you killed Escobar, but sure somebody else took his place, you know what I mean? And then as
Absolutely.
well, all the cartels are fucking basically paramilitary armies now, where they they have all the
Soldiers,
gear, armor, helmets. Yeah, they're basically soldiers now, so they're even stronger now than let's say they were 30 years ago, so they can fight
right?
back and whatnot. You know
And
what I
every
mean?
soldier, absolutely. And some of the people who could get their power, they don't know anything else, so they don't know what they would escape to. That would be even a simple everyday job,
Yeah,
and and same thing with all these feds. If they
because it's
weren't
got such a
torturing,
hold.
yeah, it
Yeah.
it destroys you as a person. So I mean, the all these feds who are going around murdering, arresting, but for the most part, shooting on sight everybody. It's like back home, they really have nothing else to do except probably go hunting. Like they don't
Mm.
have much of any humanity, if any, left. And
Yeah, yeah.
and like you say, they did a good job of making you believe Kate's hardened fed, but she's never been in this level of intensity, and she refuses to compromise her ethics. There needs to be at least one person who's not going to be let the
Mm.
darkness bind him. And movie two, to its credit, again, I love the different character twists, but
Yeah.
these movies are involving because they're still, again, they're promoting all this discussion. This has already been a lovely chat, better than I even ever imagined, because it's like I'm thinking about all kinds of other stuff, all kinds of other subplots, and
Mm.
uh, it's just that's a good movie. That's just a plain good movie. Like Spielberg's done similar stuff, like Saving Private Ryan and Munich, but like with this, like we're going past the whole getting even, got to steal it to win it, got to war is hell. Now we're at the point of we're getting all kinds of other stuff introduced, like how do I change the system when the system's broken? How do how do I tape anything back together since I can't start over? You know, uh,
I
I
think
just
like sorry?
other side of this equation. I mean,
Mm. I think it's like this, right? The United States have
they're a joke.
waged a war on drugs for several decades, and it
Yeah,
hasn't done anything except cause more death, destruction, and waste loads of money. Where like in
yeah.
Portugal, they legalized Class A drugs like cocaine and that, and had clinics to help,
It's all
as in it's
everything. There's
beneficial for users to get off the drug and back into normal society. And then I also just want to make a quick point as well that down in a place like Mexico and Colombia, where let's say cartels are quite strong in communities, most people, like normal people, end up like it employs a lot of people in the community working on the farms and shit. So this is all they know. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Like this to them, uh, they were born ready to hunt and everything. And but you did bring up some good points there. Like now we're seeing all kinds of other surveys on how a lot of these federal prosecutions are racially biased.
mm,
And uh, there's so much spending that every time always goes to like military defense. It's like, no, no, no. The whole point is to not be engaged in war. That's eating up the budget. And to be fair, like they pretty much look at these soldiers, they're no different to them than prisoners in a prison. You're just another number in the system. I'm just worried about how much we're spending on defense contracting. It's like, well, you're spending too much. You can't justify any of this. And
yeah, like but sure,
you're killing all these people who could have a future just to go on a
yeah,
war that will be won. And there is no good. I think that's just it. Like, they did do a good job of having the department head. I always forget Matthew Modine's in part two because he's a
oh
chameleon.
yeah, yeah,
But I just dug how Brolin's Graver character is like, I don't want you using me. I don't want to play politics game. I want to get my men where I get them. There's it's a total measuring contest, but in a good way. Like they're just showing all these guys, they don't want people playing each other, even though they are using each other ultimately just to get what they want. And again, so it's an entertaining, very beyond grim blockbuster, but it's just as good as any other over the top action or horror movie. Like it is a thinking person's movie, and I think that's why I love stuff like this. It is so rare to go to the movies, be entertained, and still have food for thought instead of just that was a
there's
well
social
acted.
commentary to it.
Always, and again, it's not treating you like a moron. You see this all the time, and it's not overstaying its welcome. It's not relying on just the talent involved. It had a style choice. It brought it home full swinging. It wasn't, oh, we're just going to well act this, generic war on terror, war on drugs movie. It's like, no, we have all these other stuff. Clearly, the script has loopholes that lead to other loopholes that lead to other. I mean, when Kate is first going down in the first movie, down that giant literal tunnel, and then she's going around every corner, seeing everybody massacre everybody while she watches in horror. They do it in a way where it literally is Alice in Wonderland going down the rabbit hole. Like it's a visual.
What was one of the slogans for the movie? It was a great one, and it was like one of the posters had like somebody going into a tunnel, but you were looking from inside the tunnel of the person coming in or something. It was like, the deeper you go, the darker it gets.
Yes,
that's a great one. Like, great one.
I mean, the kind of cheesy sounding one, but it makes sense when you watch it. There was one that was like for a consideration poster that says a border is just another line to cross.
No, that's actually not a bad one either.
I guess I just find a little too.
I bet cringy.
Dad pun, a little dad pun, but yes, that poster that you mentioned with the whole the I'm gonna keep calling it the Alice in Wonderland hole. Like I want to frame that. That's just plain good. Like that's
that's a great one. It's very kind of, how would you say, abstract as well. It's pretty
yes,
cool. It really gets the sort of vibe of the movie across. But when like just looking at it once, you're like, oh right, okay. So
this is not a movie. This is not something I could cough up in 50 seconds. I could, but I couldn't. Like these market. And kudos to the what's his name, the one John Wick Expendables producer, Basil Iwanok, I think is how I spell it. He's a American film producer. He's the founder of Thunder Road Pictures, and he's produced all kinds of movies from K-19 The Widowmaker to other stuff for Taylor Sheridan, And
right.
You've seen more recent stuff he's done, like Kandahar. Sorry, I can't spell today. With Gerard Butler.
I saw a trailer for that. I didn't even know it existed. It came out like a couple of years ago. K-19 The Widowmaker, is that the one with Liam Neeson and the Submarine?
Yes.
Harrison Ford, Liam Neeson, Submarine. That's a great movie.
That's a good one. And he's done other stuff like Bruised with Halle Berry and other Gerard Butler movies. Bruised, the one where she's the MMA fighter, underground fighter. I recommend it. And so, recently, he's just come out and just produced all kinds of blockbusters. I haven't cared for everything he's done, but like he really loved these ones. He's like, everybody gets, again, speaks the same language of all this gritty material that they're making in this one. And so I hope he hangs on to this franchise. I hope they bring it home with a third one, because I need another trilogy to hang on my mantle as one of the best of all time.
This is it. And then as well, they need to, like, it needs to pick up steam soon, because, the girl who's like the one of the main characters in the second one, what's her name? Isabel.
Oh yeah.
Isabel.
Yeah.
What's her last name? What, Monet or something?
Yeah, Isabel Ray. Yeah, she was played by Isabella Mersad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Isabella Mersad. She's not getting any younger, like, you know what I mean? She was only like 17, 18 when, around 17 when the second comes out. The longer they leave it, the harder it is it's just going to be a bit harder to make. And then as well, what are they going to do? Because it's been nearly 10 years since it's 7 years since Sicario 2 came out. So it was Benicio del Toro's birthday the other day. He was what, 58.
Yeah.
So it's just let's say they make it, or they film it now in the next 6 months, and they have it out to start next year or whatever. It's are you going to go in the post and start visual effects and de-aging people?
Right. You don't want to have to keep recasting and letting people get up there. You gotta have this go into action soon. I did see Christopher McQuarrie was attached to it last, so I hope he brings his plot twists.
He ended up leaving, I read there.
Oh well, fuck. Okay, they're back to
Yeah,
square
yeah,
one.
yeah. It's
So
not looking good.
I got some great quotes. I love how when Graver Brolin's character is ordering the Black Hawk helicopters, and the guy's like, "Where's the coup?" He's like, "It's an extraction, for starters." He's like, "How much can I know?" And he just retorts, "Brother, you don't want to know."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't need specifics, but I have to know where they're going. Mexico. Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me! It's not the government; it's cartel. Treasury cutting the checks under a company in Brazil called Rio Verde. If it's in constant action, I'm 10 million a month in payroll and supplies. At least I want 150 over cost and immunity. He's like, done. Congratulations, you can afford your own hockey team. It's just,
that's it. I actually saw that scene on YouTube the other day. I was watching clips from the second one. It's Shea Wiggum and Josh Brolin
yeah,
and Shea Wiggum's
I haven't
the
checked for him
fucking.
in other roles, but he's good here at least.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
I love in the first one, Alejandro, Benicio del Toro is like, you're asking me how a watch works. For now, we'll just keep an eye on the time. And so there's
Or
stuff
the
like
debate when fucking Kate and Reggie
York,
are they're
yeah.
at the border. Was it patrol center or whatever? And was Reginald wants to talk to them for a second. It's like, you're keeping us, or was it they ask Matt what's going on, and they tell them, and Reggie's like, "Oh, just don't keep us in the dark." And Alejandro turns around, and he's like, "Oh, so you're afraid of the dark?"
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
some good between them. There was uh, 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 and I love a few other things that they do. Is like I love uh, there's another part where is like well, again, the last line Alejandro says, "You are not a wolf, and this is the land of wolves now."
Wolves, yeah, that's a good line.
And of wolves. You will doubt
Yeah.
everything that we do, but in the end, you will understand. It's like, see, this is a guy you can put in a death match. Like, he just blood is in his veins, and we still want to know more about him. That's kind of a good movie. Instead of he's just a you're playing an over the top, asshole.
Do you know the way as well, the scene in the first movie when they're getting on the plane and Kate meets Alejandro for the first time, and he has like a nightmare, and just
Yeah.
before he wakes up, you can subtly hear screams while he's like in the middle of the nightmare.
Yeah, no, there was some definitely they're freaking out. Much like what Kate does during their first ambush, is like everybody is all on edge the whole time, but it's the right kind of movie. And again, everybody was speaking the same language. There wasn't a moment where it just felt like they were just making shit up. It just
Yeah, and I like the
a
way as
moment.
well.
This
Yeah.
could have been a bad movie. This could have been,
Oh yeah, yeah.
could have been. Imagine in an alternate universe where Brolin and Benicio del Toro grew giant egos and said, "It's my movie. No, it's my movie. Give me more dialogue."
And then it's just like too much exposition, and they just show too much instead of doing like less is more, and kind of fucking visual storytelling. Like I like the way in films where it's like some stuff is left up to the imagination, like when Alejandro is torturing Gilmero, and it just like the camera just zooms down onto a drain. You just hear all this,
God,
screaming and struggling in the background. Huh?
Oh, I was hoping you would have mentioned that. So I actually knew a guy. That guy he's torturing is an actor named Edgar Ariola, and he used to teach acting lessons here in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, that's pretty
He
cool.
he told me all kinds of stories from the movie sets he's been on, and some of it, and I'm like, I don't know, man, that's a lot to take in. And he was like, he was claiming Benicio del Toro was all method acting, and he's taking off his pants during that scene, basically raping the guy like mentally because he's in his face with his crotch. I'm like, I don't think it got that intense, but whatever.
I think he was fucking waterboarding him.
Yeah, I like to think something. This is just it. We're picking our poison.
Well, you know the way, like, before he's talking to Raphael, and then he, like, takes a drink of water from the drink machine, and then he gets the bottle of water and fucking brings it over, and
Yeah.
fucking, yeah.
Well, and again, he is a self-aware villain slash protagonist. Same thing with all the other anti-hero turned villains slash unexpected heroes in this whole dilemma. Is like, and I
Mm.
love that line. Nothing will make sense to your American ears, but in the end, you will understand. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just like, but again, showing, not telling. And then, yeah, I mean, that was why that interrogation scene stands out, is like you're distracted by, oh, something illegal is going down. But again, left to my imagination. I don't have to see, in a lesser movie, they would have just, had someone get shot open or cut open. It's like, nah, you know,
Mm.
I've
Yeah.
already seen horror, but when does it end? And it doesn't end in this case. So when the movie wraps up, it's the hero who's made a hell and back tour and is like, I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. Boom. Everybody else is staying, and I love it. They're so shocked. It's like, where are you going? Like, yeah, I'm done. No more.
Yeah. It is a great film, though, and, like, even there, I had it on the background there just before you had everything set up for the podcast. I was just like, the audio was pretty low, but I could almost remember, like, y-
It's a
what
fever
they're
dream of
saying.
the movie. Too,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like, syndicate sign is basically saying that you won't say anything to anyone, and there's like, and then you've signed your death warrant and all this here, and then, like, at the end, was it? Oh, what's the line? It's like,
Like I always said.
was it? You think you're a wolf,
Yeah. I
but
just
you're
thought that was.
actually a sheep surrounded by wolves.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, great movie. Like, I think that's what it said, something along those lines, anyway. But yeah, and then, like, the bit, yeah, oh, it's just so good with the music and all. Like, so, and I was watching it with my surround sound, so, like, anytime the music got, like, pure loud, oh, it was class. Like,
Yeah. It's a score, but yeah, it is, that's just it. It's a character in and of itself, which is also the signs of a good movie. There's plenty of
mm.
movies that are bad but have a wonderful score. And
Or here,
it's
you know
like,
what film has a great score, actually? No Country for Old Men.
yes,
There is
that
no
was.
music; it's all ambient sound. Still a great movie, though. Still a great movie. I must
was
rewatch that
by,
again.
yeah, it's a similar tone, just showing the darkness that takes over mankind. But yeah, that music was by Carter Burwell. But yeah, a lot of it's just very, like you say, a Foley based score. Yeah, just kind of
Yeah, it's more just like organic sounds more than anything.
organic
Carter
sounds.
Burrell's a great was a composer though as
Mhm.
well.
And he does a lot of kind of occasional shrill kind of music. Yeah, he's just, and that's okay. There's so many people who, again, like to just pull a Hans Zimmer, where now that I've gotten all the fame and acclaim, I'm just going to copy every score I do from this point on. Is like, and then there's others who, this is a good score, but it doesn't work for this movie because you were a last minute replacement. And it's like, you need to
Yeah, oh, it happens. It happens.
so you got to just find someone who can just ease in on it and give it its due, instead of just, I'm gonna copy all the grades and bring nothing new to the table. Because there's plenty of other scores where it's great, but only if I'm a fan of the movie, or it only works in the movie. It's very bland by itself.
Mm. Yeah, I love the score of Seven Psychopaths. Actually,
Yes,
that's a
love that
great
one.
movie.
Yeah, that was
And he
those.
also,
Yeah, oh, yeah. So he did. It worked for all those McDonald brothers. He works
yeah,
for two different brothers. He works for the Coen brothers, then he works for the McDonald's. Oh my god. That's awesome.
Well, yeah, he did Seven Psychopaths for Martin McDonagh.
That's what I'm saying, Martin
Three
McDonagh.
Three Billboards in Ebbing, Missouri, and he did The Banshees in Inisherin. What ones did he do for the brother?
Okay, I think I'm mixing up then shit, because I swear his brother wrote on some of them.
Well, his brother,
McDonald.
John Michael McDonagh, what
Yeah,
did he
Martin.
direct?
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
he's done movie. You've seen movies like War on Everyone, Cavalry, and The Guard. Okay.
Yes.
Never mind.
Oh, hold on, I'm just on Wikipedia now. I can check here. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think he did.
Yeah, my bad. It's just like you
Oh,
said.
you're on.
You had it right. It was John Martin, but they're brothers.
Yeah.
What's to stop them? Well, and dude, you owned it. Dynamite chat.
Oh, always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
Well, we'll do another one very soon. After
Oh, please, yes, please.
more constant. Yes.
What would you like to talk about in the next one?
I promise it'll be definitely more of the same kind of video VOD stuff, as well as some more intense tough guy movies and filmmakers.
Yeah.
Everything from Nolan to Michael Bay to Liam Neeson, all kinds of.
Aye. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. I look
Again,
forward to that now.
it's fun seeing what movies are valued versus which ones are cult movies versus which ones are so bad they're good versus great idea. And this was one, again, I stress it a bunch. Sicario should not work at all, because I've just seen movies like this done so bad where you have actors who don't look convincing or heavy-handed filmmaking, or again, stating the obvious. Like, in a lesser hand, Sicario is just a terrible script, with good camera work. And it's like, no. These people were inspired. They wanted to show the darkness of real life and make it become a character in and of itself. It's just.
I think for a film to be truly good, you don't just need fucking a good director to, bring the script or bring the story to life. You need a good script as a basis.
And Sheridan's
before
not that
anything
far
else.
off. He loves having dark material. He's gotten full of himself on some of his TV shows, but that was inevitable because first he was working with people who didn't speak his language, who weren't on the same track as him, and then he was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna do it all myself, which can also not work all the time, but is probably better now that he's doing that.
Yeah.
And it's funny seeing which screenwriters, when you see them in interviews, everybody some who can admit that they were full of themselves, and some who disown that movie even though others like it. It's just always a trade. That's not my script, I didn't approve of it. And it's like, oh, it is. It's as much your script as the director who adapted it, and vice versa. You see directors saying, oh, I didn't do my best. It's like, well, your fans say otherwise. They loved your work, you're just too close to it. We'll tell you when we don't reject it. And that's what I love too, when you see Michael Mann or Spielberg or even William Friedkin and Scorsese defending what movie they're most proud of, and it's a movie audiences rejected.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, everybody's just too close to stuff sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, this is it now. This is it.
The end is near.
We'll return after these messages.
If you like small town mystery, crazy news, and wild history, then the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast is for you. Each week, Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty bring you the absolute best Florida has to offer. So if you're looking for a show that's safe for the family, but funny enough to help you escape everyday life, then listen to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. That's Florida Men, plural, on Florida Man podcast.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and booty debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up